Welcome to everyone this evening. Tonight we meet together on a very special occasion. My name is Tracy, and I hosted this session just a little over a year ago. So it's a pleasure to be here again tonight. Today, the special occasion that we enjoy together is called in Sahaja Yoga, Sahasrara Day. So I'm usually behind the scenes, but tonight back in front of the camera, and very happy to be here with all of you. Sahasrara Day is May 5th, and the first Sahasrara Day was in 1970. And everyone here knows that the crown chakra is the Sahasrara, and it is actually located inside of our brain in the limbic area. But we commonly refer to this opening here, the fontanelle bone, as the Sahasrara. However, the actual chakra is in the brain. And as we have learned, if it's cut transverse, we can see the 1,000 nerves in that part of the brain, which reflect the 1,000 petals of the Sahasrara chakra. So tonight, we get to celebrate the day that on the beach in a village near Nargol, India, while Sri Mataji was meditating, and we heard the story of it last night. Dave shared it, and there was some videos as well about Sri Mataji having this experience, which was the breakthrough, which allowed all of us to receive this gift of our self-realization. And it was Sahasrara Day that allowed us to receive it en masse, in great, great numbers. And it is spreading in great numbers all around the world. So we're very grateful, and we're so happy that we've been blessed to receive this gift and that we can share it together. So I'll share just one experience quickly about the aspect of Sahasrara, which is collective consciousness. And we use those words frequently in Sahaj, and what does it mean? So collective consciousness means that our own consciousness, our own awareness, gets connected to the divine consciousness, the divine awareness. We also talk about these vibrations and feeling the vibrations and feeling the cool breeze in our hands and feeling the energy centers and feeling the imbalances. And this is all made possible because we get connected to this divine consciousness. Our consciousness becomes a part and parcel of the divine consciousness. And it manifests in so many ways. So when my youngest son was in elementary school, we went to visit friends, and they lived on a very large property with hundreds of acres. And one night, he went with the other friends, the boys that were living on the land, the sons of a good friend of mine, and they went to go camp in the meadow. And my son, from a very early childhood, is type 1 juvenile diabetic. So one of the greatest concerns of a parent is that their blood sugar should not go low, especially while they're sleeping. They won't know it, and that can be fatal. So that evening, when they went to go camp in the meadow, I was going to meditate before going to sleep. It was quite late, after midnight. And while I was meditating, my attention went to my son. And at that moment, I felt the vibrations in my hand become really tingling. I often call it the vibrations went off, because normally the vibrations will be calm or steady, quiet, clear. But that evening, they got really, really actively tingling, almost like electric currents flowing through my hands. And it dawned on me at that moment that my son might not be doing so well. So I got in the car, I drove up to the other end of the land, and here it's dark, 1 o'clock in the morning. How to find these boys, I had no idea where they were sleeping in their sleeping bags, and the meadows, huge acres. But once again, the divine consciousness led me to them. I woke my son up. He took a blood test. Sure enough, he was low, quite low. I gave him some juice, snack. The blood sugar came up. I returned back down to the house, and everything was fine. So that's an example of collective consciousness, of being guided by the divine and having the blessings of these vibrations. And we're just in our infancy of learning how to decode, how to interpret. But that evening, it was very, very clear. I know our time is very short. We have 30 minutes, but I'm going to take a little liberty since this is Sahasrara Day. And I'll share one other story. I was going with our 3 kids, a friend and her son, to Italy for a Sahaja Yoga summer camp for children. And the parents work at the camp in all manner, cooking and hosting. I was doing ceramics with the children. We're like a camp counselor, where we have groups of kids that we are responsible for through the day, and looking after them while they're there for several weeks away from their families. So we were flying we had to drive half a day, then fly through the night, arrived in Paris, and had to catch a train to go to Italy, to Milan, to then take another train to get up into the mountains. So we got to the train station, all 6 of us, and I was informed by the ticket agent that tickets were completely sold out to go to Milan from Paris. And I was, never having traveled abroad before, had this large group of kids looking after them, and a bit distraught, like what to do. So I said, maybe you can direct us on a train through Nice, or perhaps through Marseille, or in one of these other itineraries. And the gentleman just looked at me and shook his head and said, "Ma'am, these tickets have been sold out for months. There's nothing. I have nothing for at least 2 weeks. And we have to be there tomorrow." So I asked the kids, I turned to the kids who all grew up in Sahaja Yoga, to give a bandhan. And we know what the bandhan is. We bandhan our chakras. We put a bandhan on our subtle system. We give vibrations to bandhan the foot soaking water. So we learn to use these vibrations, this power of the bandhan, in many ways. So at that moment, I asked the children all to give bandhan for us to be able to get a train to Milan from Paris. And we're standing there, giving a bandhan. We can write our desire, our pure desire, in our hand. And we were all quietly underneath the counter, discreetly giving vibrations that something could possibly work out. And I must have stood there for at least 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes silently, as the ticket master was just clicking on his computer keyboard. And we're all giving bandhan. The attention is here. We're in that state of collective consciousness. And the next thing I know, he hands me 6 tickets and says, "You have to run. The train leaves in 20 minutes. So run we did. And that's another experience, or yes, it was an opportunity to further recognize just how in every way this divine power facilitates, guides, helps, blesses, protects. And I'm sure that you've heard many other experiences similarly. So with that in mind, tonight we're going to spend some time together using the vibrations to nurture our own Sahasrara chakra. So the first thing we'll do before we begin our Footsoak is to simply put our hands towards the Mother Earth. Both feet are on the ground. Close our eyes. Bring the attention inside. And take a few slow, deep breaths. I often notice that as soon as I do this, I begin to feel my own energy rising within. It gets easier and easier over time. And the Kundalini, our relationship with her, becomes so beautiful and close, and her responsiveness increases more and more the more we practice and awaken her within ourselves. Actually, she's the one who does all the awakening. We just become more and more receptive to her. So now let's give a bandhan to the Footsoak water, moving clockwise a few times. And we can put our feet in the water. Let's bring both of our hands now in front of our sacrum bone, where our legs meet our torso at the level of our hips. Our hands are resting on our lap, and our attention is inside in this area of our body. Mother Kundalini, we seek your blessings for this Footsoak. Please awaken and rise within each of us. Bring us into balance. Cleanse us of any impurities we may have absorbed through the day. Clear away all of our thoughts and connect us with the all-pervading divine power. We offer our humble gratitude to you on this very special day, and we thank you, Mother, for giving us our realization, for bringing us all together and helping us learn how to grow together. Before we raise and tie up our Kundalini and take bandhan, let's bring our right hand above the top of our head and see if even before we raise her up, we can feel something that indicates to us, that communicates to us or reveals to us the subtle power the subtle spiritual power that has awakened within us. Let's try with our left hand. We may have to move our hand a little to find the right spot where we can feel the vibrations emanating from the top of our head. Sometimes the vibrations, this energy flows very high, much higher than our hands can reach. And let's try one more time again now with the right hand. We'll bring both of our hands back on our lap, and we'll now slowly raise together our mother energy and tie her up. And place ourselves in the bandhan. We may or may not have learned where the chakras are placed on the top of our head, around the top of our head. But all of the centers are located in the Sahasrara. It is the master control center within us. So we have the very first center, which is in the very back of our head, where the bulge is. That's the Muladhara chakra in the Sahasrara. And then around it is the Swadhisthana chakra. It also moves around the sides. And then on the flat part, on the top here, also is the Nabhi chakra. And I recognize that there are other diagrams, but this is what I learned many, many years ago from Sri Mataji, so I'm sharing it with you. And in fact, she used to have us just grab a little bit of the hair right at the back there and pull on it. And that's the Nabhi chakra to help loosen and relax that center. So we'll do that later. And then we have the heart, and then the Vishuddhi chakra, which is at the hairline, here at the center, and then the Agya. And then the whole thing is Sahasrara. So let's begin first. What we'll do is we'll place our left hand on the back of our head, on the Muladhara, where the bulge is in the back, and let's place our right hand towards Mother Earth. We can close our eyes, and we can ask Mother Earth to please absorb any impurities from our Muladhara chakra. We ask now our Mother Kundalini to please come into my Sahasrara, into the Muladhara chakra within my brain. Please restore the innate qualities of my Muladhara chakra, my innocence and wisdom, purity and holiness. Let's bring our left hand back on our lap. We'll take our right hand now, and we'll just move it in a counterclockwise bandhan from the top to the left, to the bottom towards the neck, and to the right. And we're going to go with our right hand around the back of our head. We ask Mother Kundalini to please cleanse the Swadhisthana chakra, the second energy center, in our Sahasrara chakra. Now let's go around the entire perimeter of our head. And take any vibrations that our hand has collected and offer it to the Mother Earth. Let's do it again. Mother, please clear the void within my Sahasrara. And we can also offer it to the Footsoak water. Let's go to the Nabi now, which is a little higher up. It's the flat part in the back at the top. And we'll go counterclockwise again with our right hand. And we ask Mother Kundalini, please clear the Nabi chakra in my Sahasrara. Please restore the vital qualities, the innate qualities of the Nabi within me. Generosity, balance, contentment, peace, a soothing temperament, dignity, a pure attention. And again to Mother Earth or the foot-soaking water. Let's bring our hand back on our lap, keep our eyes closed and take a moment, allowing our attention to rest in our Sahasrara. Mother Kundalini, we ask that you rise more strongly, more enlightening, more strands, more petals within our Sahasrara chakra. Let's see if we feel our attention steady at the level of Sahasrara, which is beyond the Agya, where all the mental activity takes place. It is above. Let's take our right hand again and place it on the top of our head, stretching the fingers a bit. And let's massage the heart of our Sahasrara. Mother, by your grace and only through your blessings am I my spirit. Bring the light of my spirit into my Sahasrara. Let each of us know, be aware of, recognize our own spirit in our brain. Let's hold our hands still and reduce the pressure. So our hand is resting very lightly on top of our head. We can bring our right index finger and place it on the hairline, which is the Vishuddhi chakra. It's also called the Virata of the Sahasrara. So let's massage here with our finger. In fact, we can use a few fingers to massage at the hairline, going clockwise. It's top, left, down, to the right. Can bend our head forward slightly. Mother Kundalini, kindly enlighten the Vishuddhi chakra within my brain. Please remove any regrets, any habits that make us short-tempered, judgmental, critical of ourselves or others. And please restore my detachment, sweetness, self-esteem that comes from being my spirit. Come into my Vishuddhi chakra and purify my Vishuddhi so that I can feel vibrations more clearly, understand them better, and use them for my own benevolence and others. Let's shake off our hand and bring our hand back on our lap. Our eyes are still closed. And let's keep them closed while we bring our ring finger onto the agya in the center of our forehead. It's also called the third eye, the eye of our spirit. let's massage here gently clockwise as well. And we can move our hand a little bit to the left and to the right on our forehead, just massaging. You can use a few more fingers if you wish. Just massaging, loosening up. Thank you, Mother Kundalini, for dissolving our thoughts and bringing us into the present, bringing us into meditation. Restoring our innate humility. Helping us to be patient with ourselves and others. And let's now offer any impurities picked up by our hands to the Mother Earth. And then bring our hand back on our lap. Very good. So we'll rinse our feet now and dry our feet and move the Footsoak bucket to the side. And we'll have a few more minutes for meditation. We have already gone over time a little bit today. It is a Friday, so hopefully we can take a little liberty with that tonight. Here we have before us a photograph, an actual photograph that was taken and it is commonly referred to within Sahaja Yoga as a miracle photograph. You will see many others if you continue to enjoy practicing this meditation and grow into the beauty of our own potential through it. However, for the divine, there is no such thing as a miracle. And what was a miracle 1,000 or 100 years ago can easily be explained today, often. These are the vibrations. And this was taken on a trip of a large group of yogis traveling with Sri Mataji one day. And there was a series of photographs, and this is one of the final photos in the series. We can see tremendous vibrations. And there are lots of photographs that capture the vibrations that we don't see with our eyes. So let's now enjoy the vibrations flowing within us, closing our eyes, bringing our attention to the top of our head, if it isn't there already. One of the beautiful things about practicing this meditation and enjoying the awakened Kundalini within ourselves is we randomly, spontaneously find our attention in this higher state. At times where it's just unpredictable, without reason or cause. And over the years, we find that it happens more and more and more frequently and at will. We can just have the desire to be in the state, and she responds, granting it. We just have to ask her, that's all. Mother, establish my awareness in the state of collective consciousness. And help me to stay on this path, becoming completely connected all the time. Let's bring our hands close to our body, right in front of our sacrum bone. Open them and let them rest there. Let's slowly raise our hands up. Palms are facing up. See if we can feel a very slight or gentle, soothing coolness in our palms as we slowly raise our hands up. And up above the top of our head. Let's extend our hands fully and bring the attention between the palms of the hands as our fingertips point to the sky. Let the attention be here between the palms of our hands as we bring our hands back down. Let's do it again. Let the attention go high and wide. And a third and final time. And let's tie the Kundalini up here now. 3 times, 3 knots. And put ourselves in Bandhan. So we're going to now conclude this session, and with enormous gratitude to everybody for joining tonight. We hope you've enjoyed this Footsoak and meditation together. We wish everybody a wonderful weekend and a beautiful journey with the opening of our Sahasrara, personally, individually, and collectively. So thank you for joining. We'll put music on now, and please feel free to stay and meditate for a little while if you can. Good night.